What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we just got the first look at Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings today, and earlier today, I did my reaction to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings teaser, but today, this will be my full breakdown of the Shang-Chi first look, uncovering all the Easter eggs, and the purpose of the Ten Rings, the villains, and the new characters that are going to be introduced into this movie as well. And so, without further ado, let's get started. So the trailer starts off with thunder crashing, and then it takes place in a small dojo with Shang-Chi looking at a beam, a wood beam, and looking at it, touching it, and then breaking it with his fist. So that means Shang-Chi can break wood with his fist. It's one of his powers. Then next, Wenwu says, "I gave you 10 years to live your life." So that means he's been training and then practicing kung fu, and then he worked at a hotel, and he says, "I gave you 10 years to live your life." So that means he's been living life for 10 years, working at a hotel and doing kung fu training. Then we see a scene with Shang-Chi, well, let's say appearing to be his friend Katie, and so that means with Katie's character, she assumed is a co-worker, she is figuring herself out to be, but it's sort of like an alien world, but because she has a connection to Shang-Chi. And now with Wenwu is saying to Shang-Chi that he's lived a full 10 years of his life, he was raised by his father, who is also part of the villain organization known as the Ten Rings, because it's a terrorist organization led by the Mandarin. Then it shows a montage of when Shang-Chi was trained as a kid by his father, when he said, "I trained you so the dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you," and so like as a kid he went through lots of training, and so he could take over his father's side in the Ten Rings organization. Then next we see Shang-Chi and what it looks like to be Razor Fist about to fight, and then if you look at the background on the left, you can see what it looks like to be Captain America's shield in the background. And then now with Captain America's shield in the background, if Shang-Chi used to be a fan of Captain America, then Captain America's shield is appearing left in the background, or it could be the Chinese flag, but otherwise it could be Captain America's shield. Then a helicopter lands, and then we see Shang-Chi about to go into the Ten Rings, and what it looks like to be Shang-Chi's father, Wenwu, who is described to be the real Mandarin, and that he is known to be the leader of the Ten Rings. And now in the Marvel Comics, this is a big change because with Shang-Chi's father, who's an immortal sorcerer named Zhang Wu, who leads a group as the Five Weapons Society. And now for the reason why his son wants him to take over the Ten Rings, because over the years, when Wu saw his son being trained as an assassin so that he could take over the throne of the Ten Rings organization. And then we can see a shot of this bracelet, and from what I'm looking at here, it kind of looks like a blue bracelet with like strong like blue veins going on top of it. Either it's like a Wakanda bracelet or a bracelet something to do with the Mandarin. And then next, Shang-Chi is in a room with the water gushing out, and what it looks like to be on the left, it kind of looks like a shrine to Shang-Chi's mother. And then when the water is just about to splash some people, it immediately stops. So we're kind of discovering Shang-Chi's powers here, because even though Shang-Chi is a martial artist who is a powerful martial artist, now with Shang-Chi's powers, he has the ability to harness life force, like water that as incoming water like about to gush and splash people. Then we get a scene of this masked villain who is kind of a masked villain who is sort of be called Death Dealer, which is one of Shang-Chi's more like vicious instructors from when he was a kid. So when he was a kid, when he went through his training of kung fu, is a masked villain also called known as Death Dealer, which is being in charge of Shang-Chi, which means he was one of his instructors. Then we can see a scene of a helicopter flying by a building, and then when Death Dealer is flying out and Shang-Chi and Death Dealer are in the building, they are fighting. Then when Shang-Chi like flings a knife at Death Dealer's hands, he manages to catch it very fast, so that's one of his abilities, like catch stuff like very fast. And then we get a few interesting clips of Shang-Chi fighting on a bus as like Razor Fist swings a sword or or like a knife or some sort of weapon over Shang-Chi's head, and then we see Shang-Chi and what looks like to be the real Mandarin fighting each other to sort of go through Shang-Chi's training. Then we get a battle that's going on outside of a temple, of an ancient temple, of like all the people coming to be fighting. This is might be part of the Mandarin's narration because he's been around for hundreds of years, that it's been scaling for some time now. Then we get this cool scene where Shang-Chi is fighting people on a bus. Then after that, Katie says, "Who are you?" Then we got the most awesome shot in the trailer, and that is Shang-Chi making a hand, kind of like a kung fu hand gesture. And this is what likes to be Shang-Chi's dramatic fight pose after the fight. And then it cuts to the movie logo Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then the trailer ends with the bus going down a street, taking a truck with them, and Shang-Chi is also saving people from going out of the bus. And as it continues to go down, Katie manages to stop the bus from crashing. And then obviously the bus crashes with the truck. And then Katie says, "We make a great team." And then it cuts to September 3rd, 2021. And now, within this trailer, Shang-Chi is about to go through a lot of stuff when he's about to be entered into the Ten Rings organization to take over his father's throne. And so, yeah, I'm very excited for this movie and how, like, Shang-Chi is gonna take over his father's throne as the leader of the Ten Rings organization, which is led by the Mandarin, which is also, if I mean, like, his dad was the real Mandarin, not the one from Iron Man 3. And so yeah, that is gonna be it for my breakdown video of the Shang-Chi first look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings in the theaters September 3rd? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.